So right now I'm on my way to get some pictures, have a little photo shoot. I am running out of pictures to post on Instagram, so you know I gotta bless your guys' feed always. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then after that I will get into the main topic of this video, which is discussing how much it is to own a BMW, an E90 specifically. I'll give you guys all the expenses and everything, pretty much everything I pay to own this car, which is insurance, maintenance, all the stuff that I have broken. I mean, I haven't really had anything break on this car, but I'll give you guys the rundown, all right? So let's go ahead to this location, first location. I have a couple locations in mind, so we'll go to this first location, see how it is, see if we can get some sick pictures, and yeah. So first location is actually a country club, but they have this sick road here. That's like an alley of just trees, and I've seen a couple people take pictures here, which will look pretty sick. So let's see how this goes. All right, so this is the first location. We'll get a couple shots here, and then we'll move on to the next. Alright guys, so for the main topic of the video, so I've had some people ask me how much do you pay to like maintain your car, how much does it cost, I can't even freaking talk, how much does it cost to own a BMW and everything you have to do, like I said, maintaining parts you have to buy that break and all that stuff, insurance. So that's what this video is about today. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff on my handy dandy BMW service manual. I wrote down all the prices, everything I personally have done to my car, and pretty much what I have done happens to all BMWs. I'm talking about like the E90 generation. So if you guys have freaking F30s or E46, might be a little bit different, but this is for E90s. So I wrote down the prices, everything I've done, changed on my car, and where I got the parts from. So first off, I want to start out with how much did I buy my car for. So I bought it from the auction, from Insurance Auto Auction, for $6,100. It had very minor damage. It was hit in the back bumper, like barely. It wasn't even that bad. It honestly took us a couple hours to fix. We ordered a rear bumper that was like $350 or something, so we painted all that, and it's literally a perfect car. I bought it with 58,000 miles, and this was about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, and I'm at 91,000 miles right now, so I've been racking them up. So yeah, that's how much I got my car for. I'd say it was a pretty decent deal because it has the full package. It's got the sport package. It's a manual, which it was really hard to find an E90 manual. I looked everywhere, and this was like the only one. It's got iDrive. What else? It's real wheel drive. It came in a really rare color. It's called a platinum bronze metallic. I don't know, however, which order they put those words. And I love the color. I haven't seen many E90s with this color. So yeah. So for insurance. So for my insurance, this could vary for everybody, but for me, I pay $150 a month. But that's all I have to pay for this car pretty much. Like since I already bought it from the auction, it's obviously only cash, so that's how much I'm paying a month right now for this car for insurance. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is oil change. It's $90 total for a whole oil change if you do it the right way. $80 for just the oil. So in my car I put 0W40 Castrol synthetic oil, but it's the European formula. That's why it's a little more expensive. I recommend all you guys do that. Take care of your engine so it lasts you guys a long time. And then every time you change your oil, you should, most of you guys know, buy a oil filter and all the little gaskets. That's around $10. I always get the MANN. It's spelled M-A-N-N, the oil filter, and it comes with like all the gaskets and seals, all that stuff. And I think that's the best one. I bought some off-brand. What was it called? It's some super popular. It's not off-branded, but it's some super popular brand. I don't know. It was something other than this one. And literally after a week of driving, I've noticed, like, I don't know, my car was idling weird. I don't know, it was acting weird. And I checked my oil filter. It was literally cracked in half, like literally exactly in half, like perfect half. So I was like, whatever, I'll go get another one. I got the exact same one. The exact same thing happened a week later. So I was like, I guess it's the like brand in the oil filter or something. So I did a little research. I saw on some forums that other people have had this problem, so I went and tried this one, and I drove 3,000 miles or whatever, and it's good. That's how much I usually change it after 3,000 miles. I think it's recommended at like 5,000 or something, or 4,000. I don't know. I always do 3,000, play it safe. But yeah, guys, that's for the oil. The oil I buy, by the way, I only find it at AutoZone. Like in my area, O'Reilly's doesn't have it, Walmart doesn't have it. Literally nobody has it besides AutoZone. So I don't know how it is wherever each one of you guys live, but for me, they always have it at AutoZone. So next up is a very popular one on BMWs, valve cover gasket. I actually went in this parking lot and it was like wet outside, so I was like, whatever. It was a huge parking lot, open. I was like, I'm gonna do some donuts, whatever, be stupid. And then I saw steam coming from under my hood, and I smelled like strong, like oil, burning oil smell. And I popped my hood open. I saw the oil like leaking out of the valve cover. It was horrible, and it was like dripping down onto the exhaust. That's why it was making that smell. So I had to change my valve cover gasket. The first time I did it by myself. I had one of my friends help me. Luckily he works at BMW, so he kind of knew what he was doing. And we watched a bunch of YouTube videos. It was a challenge. It was overwhelming. Obviously you guys, some of you are probably like, what are you talking about? It's super easy. But I've never like done anything like that by myself, like engine wise, but I did it, and it honestly wasn't too bad. Like after I did it, the valve cover gasket was $55. That's from FCP Euro. That's where I bought most of my stuff. I actually had to change it twice, and I'll tell you guys why. So the first time I changed it and everything, and it was fine. And then after that, it started leaking oil again. So I thought, I don't know, I thought valve cover gasket again. So I was like, you know what? It's probably my valve cover. It cracked somewhere. Who knows? Because this time it was leaking from around the Valvetronic area. And I saw it. There was like you guys know, if you own an E90, on the valve cover, there's like little, how do I call it? Little like block spaces, like square spaces. And like oil started like piling up in there, and you could literally see like a pond of oil. So I saw it was like dripping from around the Valvetronic. I was like, whatever, my valve cover is probably cracked. And this was before I did like more research on this. So I ordered a whole new valve cover. That cost me $460. That was from ECS Tuning. So I did that. While I did that, I replaced my valve cover gasket again, put all that back together, drove about a month or something, still freaking leaking oil. And I was like, what the heck is the problem? So finally, I should have done this the first time. I took my Valvetronic motor. Luckily you don't have to take off the valve cover for that. So took my Valvetronic motor off, and there's a gasket there, a gasket seal, whatever you want to call it. I replaced that, make sure you go and buy these the gaskets, the Valvetronic gasket. Make sure you buy that from BMW. Make sure it's OEM, because I had a friend do the same thing, but he bought it from, I don't even know, some website, and it started leaking again after a month. And that's because, like, I don't know, the OEM ones just fit perfect and you won't have any more problems. Just go OEM for these. And I also put, just to play it safe, I put a little bit of RTV around the gasket, just so it completely seals it up. And I haven't had any more oil leak problems ever since then. The Valvetronic seal from BMW is about 30 bucks. While I was doing that, I also changed the eccentric shaft sensor seal. You'll see it's on the front of the valve cover. There's a little seal that you plug in, and while this whole oil thing was happening, like, I saw steam coming out of it, which was super weird. And I did some research, and people say the seals go bad, so I changed the seal while I was at it, and that's called an eccentric shaft seal. So many freaking seals and gasket. That was $5. I haven't had any more problems since then, and everything's been perfect. So hopefully I don't leak oil in a while. The other thing I did was I changed my spark plugs. That's because my engine was acting up. My idling was freaking all over the place, and whatever, you got to change those sometimes too. So those were about $66 from ECS Tuning. I haven't changed my ignition coils yet, surprisingly. I mean, I haven't had that much problems with it. I've had a little bit. Now I'm starting to have, like, a little, when I turn on my car, it kind of idles a little bit, but after it warms up, it's idles around 6,500 RPM, which is normal. So I'll probably end up changing those here soon, but luckily I haven't had any problems with those. So yeah, spark plugs were $66. I'd recommend, if you guys have the money, they sell the spark plugs in kits with ignition coils, so just buy the whole kit and get that headache out. But yeah, that is everything I've done to my car so far. And yeah, it was pretty much just like oil stuff, typical BMW. So I've obviously spent a lot more money on my car, but those were option stuff. That's not stuff you have to do. So for example, like rims, bolt-ons, freaking, like, the intake, all that stuff. Those are all optional. I'll probably make another video for that after I add more stuff to my car. All right, so all the maintenance and every part I replace and everything, that all comes out to a total of $688, which honestly isn't that bad for owning a BMW. That's without how much I bought my car and obviously and insurance. And that's in almost coming up to 2 years of ownership. But yeah, guys, just wanted to make this little video and get that out there, because I've had some people ask me about these questions, how much everything is to own a BMW, cost-wise, everything. I try to post at least once a week. Thank you guys for 9,000 followers on Instagram. Let's hit 10K. I know we can do it. If you guys have any more questions, video ideas, anything, just comment down below. Send me a DM. I'm open to any ideas, video ideas, whatever you guys want to see, just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.